Every adult should have one. And let me give you an example. We've already talked about Terry Schiavo, young woman, but most of you are old enough to remember Nancy Cruzan and Karen Ann Quinlan. Okay, so the 3 highest profile right-to-die cases in this country were 3 young women, all of whom had no advance directives. So it's not just for old people, it's for every adult. People can have an accident, car accident. People of any age can have an aneurysm, one that was never detected before. If you have never had an MRI of your brain, well, then you wouldn't know if you had an aneurysm. Things can happen. And so it's important for every adult to have one. Communicate your end-of-life wishes. You know, the question that you had actually about, I'm healthy, how do I get my doctor to, how do I address this issue with my doctor? Well, one of the best ways to address the issue with your doctor is to bring your advance directive to your doctor and say, I have a new advance directive. Will you review this directive? Tell me if you have any problems with it. That can start the conversation about being a healthy person and wanting to document your end-of-life wishes. So that's really important. It helps ensure that you get the kind of medical treatment you want or don't want. Remember what we said, it's full treatment by default. If you don't express your wishes and you can't speak for yourself, then the advance directive says, hey, under this circumstance, this is what I wanted, and this is the person that I wanted to speak for me, if I can't speak for myself. It assists your loved ones with difficult end-of-life decisions. And I know people who have had to make choices on behalf of their parents, and their parents didn't ever talk about what they wanted or didn't want. And so they weren't sure what to do. And they made choices, the best choices they could make at the time, the ones that they thought were consistent with their parents' wishes, but one of them doesn't know if she made the right choice. And she's haunted by that. So we don't want, most of us don't want our legacy to be our family members wondering if they did the right thing for the rest of their lives. That's not nice. It's not a nice thing to leave. It's not a nice thing to leave on someone's conscience. You can't get closure on that. So it's really important to do that. The other thing is about these directives is that they are really important when there's a conflict. And what I mean by a conflict is within your family, you've got, a lot of children and, they have very different views, or one of them's got some unfinished business, or one of them's going to make your death all about him, or you've got medical providers that have an agenda, are really gung-ho about trying to cure and prolong life under any circumstances. And you've got a conflict with family members and medical providers who have their own agenda.